You know, when I heard this story a few days ago, I said to myself, should I do a video or should I wait until I get back to DC? Well, I'm back in DC, y'all, and this time I'm about to do some heavy rant on this topic because at this point, I'm just sick of people always talking trash about Eminem. Because I feel like at some point, if people want to talk trash about the GOAT, the greatest rapper of all time, then it's obvious to me that you not only hate Eminem, but you listen to his music each time that you decided to just go on a haterade about it. So it seems like we have, no surprise to me, a person who does not support interracial relationships, someone who is pro-black, someone who hasn't even opened his school yet, who is known to be scamming so many people in his so-called community. I'm talking about this bimbo of a bum right here, Dr. Umar Johnson. Y'all know how I feel about this cat. I never liked him. I wasn't a fan of him at all. I think he's a clown. I think he's a race baiter. He is a hypocrite. He is a liar. And not to mention, there was a couple of years ago when he was caught talking to a snow bunny, aka a Caucasian woman. He always criticized black men from dating outside of their race. We weren't just brought here to America just to date our own kind. We can date whoever we want to date as long as that person is good to you. If they're the right ones for you, then you have every right to be with them. Put a ring on it. Create a life, a memory of a lifetime with them. Isn't that what life is about? But nah, you want to stay on this earth to make black people stay with black people only. I hate to break it to you, Dr. Umar, but sometimes the black community can be doing some questionable stuff too. It ain't just the black community, it's every community on this platform, on this planet. And why am I not even surprised that you're on a podcast once again, running your mouth, yapping your yaps, flipping your gaps, flapping your yaps about God knows what, and we all know that it's not gonna make 100% sense of what you say out of your mouth. You may be smart on some degrees that I agree with, but a lot of times you just be tripping. Especially when you come out your mouth and say that Eminem is not the greatest of all time. How? Because he's white? That's exactly what it is, bruh. You're a racist. You don't like white people? Then you might as well just say it. And I thought that white people can't be racist, but black people can be racist as well. And it's so obvious to me that you are a definition of a clown. We all know that you don't really mean when you say all of that. You can be pro-black all you want, but you're not gonna stop us from doing what we want to do in life. All you is a miserable hag that calls himself confronting black men on dating Caucasian women. If they're attracted to that, if it's something that is in their preference, I mean, listen, if that is something that is in their preference of dating Caucasian women, then it is their right to date them. So who are you to judge us of who we can and can't be with? You're not our father, you're not our pastor, you're not God, for one thing. And here you are talking trash about Eminem. And I'm gonna get to another part towards the end of the video. So we're not gonna sit here and just listen to my rants because I've been waiting. Listen, I've been waiting to do this story for so long, since it got out. So let's get to the video, y'all. Eminem cannot be considered the greatest rapper of all time of his white skin, at least according to Dr. Umar Johnson, who claimed as much on Joe Budden's podcast. The controversial pan, whatever you say, who's mostly famous for his rants about the human race, was the latest guest on Join Joe and Co. And one segment from their chat is starting to make the rounds in hip hop circles, because they touched on Slim Shady. So we're not gonna watch the video because I think you already know what he's gonna say. And everybody that says that Eminem is not the greatest of all time because of his skin color, they all sound exactly the same. So I'm not even gonna play the video because I already seen it myself. Dr. Umar Johnson is making a point about whites that are allowed to partake in black culture, including hip hop, which he says is disservice to African Americans and doesn't go both ways. In the same breath, he name dropped M, saying he enjoys too much privilege. Bruh, that is the biggest cap I've ever heard. Privilege and skin color has nothing to do with him being white. It's about the rapper that has skills of freestyling that can make rhyme for rhyme. And Eminem has done all of that. He even made the first rhyme with Orange Lawrence. So if he's the first rapper to make a rhyme about Orange, name other rappers that can make a rhyme about Orange besides M. I dare somebody in the comments say that M can rap with Orange. Watch a video of him making a rhyme with Orange. Go ahead, search it up. But what this cat just said about privilege, just because he's incorporating the black culture, bruh. When Eminem first came out years ago, he paid respects to the rappers that came before him. Tupac, Biggie, Run DMC, everybody that came before Eminem, he made sure that he included every last one of them when he thanked them, those that inspired him to be a rapper. So what is you talking about, Dr. Umar? Joe asked if he considers Eminem to be one of the greatest rappers regardless of race, which sets Umar off on a tirade about how Caucasians should never be considered to be the greatest and something that he feels belongs to black people. Boy, this man don't shut up with this crap. In this case, rap music. So it's because he's Caucasian, he shouldn't be in the rap game? Dr. Umar, I would like to challenge you to that statement. If he's white and if he cannot join the hip hop community, what does that make you? Do you rap? Do you rap? Do you freestyle? Do you even listen to Eminem? Because all of this coming out of your mouth sounds very, very ignorant. Because I can tell you definitely did not do any research on Eminem's music or Eminem's career. You only say that because you just want clout. That's basically all this is. He's a fake pro-black activist that thinks he knows about the black culture. He gets mad when we date outside of our race. He criticizes white rappers because he claims that they're trying to incorporate the black culture. Nigga, they been doing that before, way before you came along. So I don't know who you think you are criticizing the greatest rapper of all time when you haven't listened to one song from him. Y'all gotta stop with this Eminem hate. If you don't know nothing about the artist, then don't talk trash about him. Umar even goes so far to claim that putting at the top of the hip hop list is white supremacy. But you can tell JB clearly doesn't agree. I bet. When I saw that clip on YouTube a couple days ago, I was beyond heated, bruh. Like, you have the audacity to say that putting Eminem in a top 5 or top 3 or number 1 rapper of all time is white privilege. Again, what does privilege have to do with the fact that he is the greatest rapper of all time? He was named the greatest rapper of all time because of how skillful he was, of how skillful he is. He is one of the most influential MCs ever. I've done tons of reaction videos of Eminem in the past. Go look it up. It's out there. And you're gonna see how much I enjoy his work. So Eminem is not just for the white culture, he's for the black culture as well. And I don't want to hear in the comment section, oh, in the hood, we don't listen to Eminem because he's not black. Yes, you do. You go on YouTube and I see you listening and you're bombing the Eminem songs. Don't lie to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. So all of this crap that Umar Johnson is saying out of his mouth on a podcast is completely backwards. White privilege has nothing to do with him being the top 5 greatest rapper of all time. You're only saying that because you want to be relevant. That's all. Marshall himself thinks about this, especially considering his affiliation to Joe and Slaughterhouse. With that said, there have been disses throughout his recent years. I guess that's just a reference to the beef between him and Joe Budden years ago. Now, Eminem won the beef, and he made a diss track on Joe. Joe called himself trying to make a diss track on Eminem, talking trash about him on his podcast, and he lost. So whatever you try to come at some shady, you better think before you say something or you're gonna lose your career. Look what happened to MGK. Look what happened to anybody that tried to come at Eminem, and they all lost. I mean, ever since that diss track with Eminem came out in a response, it completely changed MGK for the worse. And Eminem, he's still being Eminem, putting out hits after hits, album hits after album hits. And his music, as of recently, is continuing to be the #1 stream on any music streaming services. Spotify, Apple, YouTube. That's how you know Eminem is one of the most legit rappers of all time. He even got into the on the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. I think it was last year or this year. No, I think he got into the Hip Hop Hall of Fame last year. If I don't know, man. I think it was one of those years. And you telling me that he's not top 5 because of... I can't even get in. I can't even. Even with their rocky history, Joe seems to be coming to M's defense here. And who would have thought that Joe Budden, after years of trashing Eminem and his reputation, would even come to his defense for the first time? Dr. Umar, you are an embarrassment in the black community. We don't claim you. We don't even want to claim you in our community, bruh. You're a joke, and you will always be a joke. The fact that you would even go on and trash Eminem because what? You claim that since he's white, he doesn't belong in the black community. He doesn't belong in the hip hop world. And like I said, you haven't done one research or even listened to one song from him. And you defend 304s that go around doing stupid stuff that lack accountability for their own actions. You are the biggest definition of a clown and a host. That's exactly what you are, bro. So the biggest thing I learned about this article is don't trash Eminem. If you don't have the facts, don't. If you're calling yourself trying to come at Eminem, you better be ready to fight back because he will end you within seconds. I'm not making this up. And by the way, before I end this video, Dr. Umar went on to talk trash about Vanessa Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant's wife. No. The wife of the late Kobe Bryant. He went on to say that since she was married to Kobe Bryant, how come she's not using his money and her money for the black community? Because she's married to a black man. And when I saw that, I immediately lost it, bro. I'm like, dude, not everybody is obligated to use his money for y'all's community. She's Latina. He's black. So what? Love is love. They fell in love years ago. But that doesn't mean that she has to be obligated to use and donate the money to the black community, to the black charities, or whatever. I feel like Dr. Umar Johnson just needs to go have several seats somewhere. But yeah, keep his mouth shut. A simp, a beta male, he's a joke, he's not a man. And not to mention, instead of you just worrying about interracial relationships and what people are doing with their lives, why don't you worry about opening your school that you claim that you're trying to do for the black community? And yet, not one story about your school being open yet, bruh. You're not LeBron James. So stop all this race baiting and hating on interracial relationships. Hating on Vanessa Bryant because she didn't donate her money to the black organization. You hating on Slim Shady because you claim that him being at a top 5 greatest rappers of all time is privilege. You're a joke, bruh. Go somewhere, go seek therapy. Stop hating on people, stop worrying about people. Mind your own business and go live your life. So, link to the article will be down below. I'm gonna catch y'all.